Hello Team 2 and welcome to another Friday already, Friday the 10th of July. So, they looked into the sky and saw the most amazing sight, a host of flying dragons, each one carrying a knight. Woo! The audience were captured by the captive squires, and Maddox and Sir Trundlefoot did somersaults on wires. Their lives were much more wholesome with new talents and new friends. They realised that life becomes more fun when fighting ends. Well done, guys. Rhyming nails. So read your questions, then find your answers. Pause me now. What woke the giant from his sleep, and how could you catch up with Jack so easily? The harp shouting woke up the snoozing giant. He jumped up from his chair and spotted Jack. "Fee, fi, fo, for my smother blood of an Englishman," he roared. The giant started to chase Jack. Jack didn't stop to look behind him. He ran with all of his might. The giant got closer and closer, and the giant's strides were vast, so he was able to catch up with Jack quite quickly. So what woke the giant from his sleep? It was the harp. Oh, I need my highlighter. The harp shouting woke up the snoozing giant. And how could the giant catch up with Jack so easily? He started to chase Jack. Jack didn't stop to look behind him. He ran with all his might. The giant got closer and closer. The giant's strides were so vast, so large, that he was able to catch up with Jack quickly. Read your questions, read your extract, find the answers. Pause me now. Why was Jack breathing quickly and his heart was racing, and what made the beanstalk shake? Jack reached the beanstalk and started to climb back down it. He was breathing very quickly and his heart was racing. It was not easy climbing down the beanstalk while holding on to the hen and the harp. The beanstalk shook. Jack looked upward. The giant had got onto the beanstalk and was climbing down after him. Why was Jack breathing so quickly? It says here he was breathing quickly and his heart was pounding because he is panicking. He's racing as fast as he could and he's panicking and he's holding on to the hen and he's holding on to the harp. He has a lot. What made the beanstalk shake? The beanstalk shook and Jack looked upwards and the giant had got onto the beanstalk. So it was the giant getting onto the beanstalk that made it shake. Read your questions, find the answers. Pause me now. Who do you think that Jack is shouting for when he reaches the bottom of the beanstalk? How do you know that Jack's mum means business? When Jack reached the bottom of the beanstalk, he stumbled onto the ground, utterly exhausted. "Help!" he shouted at the top of his voice. He knew that the giant wasn't far behind him. Jack's mother came rushing towards the beanstalk with an axe in her hands. Without hesitation, she sprinted to the base of the beanstalk and began chopping it frantically. So who do you think Jack is shouting for when he reaches the bottom? He's reaching for his mum, shouting for his mum, isn't he? And how do you know that Jack's mum means business? She came without hesitation, and what does she have? With an axe in her hand. She means business. Read your questions, read the extract. Pause me now. What happened to the giant, and why is Jack saying thank you to his mum? The beanstalk began to wobble and a loud cry came from above them. The giant fell and crashed to the ground. He was never seen again. Jack hugged his mother. "Thank you." He smiled, still out of breath and shaking all over. "I'm so glad to have you back, Jack," she whispered, looking at him lovingly. So what happened to the giant? The giant fell and crashed to the ground. He was never seen again. And why is Jack saying thank you to his mum? She rescued him, didn't she? It's not in there. She rescued him. That's why he's saying thank you. So we've got our clues here. Discover what kind of tail the beetroot burglar has by colouring in the calculations with the answer 50 to find the route through the garden. So you've got to answer the problems. So 40 plus 9 equals 49. So we won't go that way. 20 plus 30 equals 50. So this is my start. Okay? 50 take away 5 equals 45. I can't go that way, so I'm going to have to go. So you've got to figure out whether and get to the bottom. Short tail, long tail, no tail, short tail, long tail, no tail. And we're going to find out. So pause me now. And you can see that he has a short tail. Have a look at our clues board to see how that helps us. Pause me now. Clue number 5, London's burning, line up. You can hear the words of the popular new song being sung. Go through the song and write down all the words in bold in the table below, sorting them word by word, class. When written in the table from the bottom upwards, the word, class, that has been used the most will reveal the height of the bun burner, so how high it is. Buns are burning, buns are burning. Find the baker, fire, 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 fire. We need water, lovely water. Do it quickly, do it quickly. Flames are growing, fire, fire, fire. Get some water, river water. London's burning, London's burning. Call the brigade, for the brigade. Fire, fire, fire. Pour on water, freezing water. Fire is out. Finally out, praise the fireman, ash and cinders, saved by water, amazing water, gonna add on a fire, fire gone, at the end. Okay, so we've got to write down the words in bold. Let's look on the next page what we're gonna do there. So you're gonna create yourself a little tally chart, a little bar graph. So every word, if it's a noun, so the word in bold. If it's a noun, put it in the noun column. If it's a verb, put it in the verb. Adverb in the adverb column. Adjective in the adjective column. And we're going to find out how tall our bun burner really is. So pause me now. You can see we've got lots of nouns. We've got a few verbs that are doing words. We've got some adverbs and some adjectives, but we can see out in front are the nouns. So the burner is 4 feet tall. Let's have a look. Who it was? Hester Baker. Hester, you little tinker. So it wasn't, what's her name? Thomasina. It wasn't Thomasina, because Thomasina was 5 feet tall. So it was Hester, you tinker. So today we're going to finish off our story map. So the end of the story, finish it off your story plan. And then it's time to write your story with you as the star of your story, guys. I want to see these. I'm excited. Don't forget you can use this grid to help you with your writing. We need to be looking at weather. Oh, disappeared. We need to be looking at weather. So I thought it might be interesting to have a little look through these slides on weather and some activities that we might be able to do. So I'd like you to have a think about what the word weather means, what different types of weather there are, what is the weather like today, and how do you know? What are your clues? Like in guided reading, looking for the clues. What are the clues? So the weather, what kind of weather is it? How will you find out about what the weather will be like tomorrow? So pause me now to have a think or a discussion about those questions. So the different weather, we have sunny, windy, rainy, we have sunny intervals, thunderstorms, and weather forecasts. So I thought it might be exciting if you pretended to be a weatherman or a weatherwoman, and you can talk us through what today is. So when they go to the weather, they go, thanks, Jane. Thanks for handing over to me there, Jane. Now, I'd like to talk to you about the weather. So today we can see that it's a very sunny day, and we know that it's a very sunny day because the sky is blue, there are no clouds in sight, and it's very warm. The temperature is high today. So I want you to go through, so decide what kind of day you're going to be reporting on. You could pretend to be in a blizzard. It could be the coldest, most wintry day you've ever experienced. It doesn't actually have to be what day it is today. And you're going to do a presentation as the weatherman or the weatherwoman in the studio, being handed over by Jane or whoever you want. I want you to do some reenactments of what it would be like to be a weather person, please. I've just had a mare. I don't know if you've got what I've just done or whether it's been re-recorded over. I don't know, but I've tried to highlight and click and it hasn't worked. So I'm going to start. I don't know. So if we start with branches snapping in the wind, which one of these looks like it is the picture for that would make a branch snap in the wind? Rain, really heavy rain might. Wind, snow, really heavy snow might as well. Sunny and cloudy. But let's have a look at these other pictures. and see about these. So pause me now, because I might not have told you to do this already. Pause me now and have a look which 3 matches. So you need one from the top, one for the middle, one for the bottom. How are you going to match them up? Pause on that. Pause me now. Ah, I'm a mare on this slide, guys. So you could be saying, well, rain could snap the branch. You're right, and snow could. But which one of these top pictures, if we pick snow, which one do you think it's going to be? It's going to be this one, isn't it? And this one goes with the snow. Which image do you think at the bottom represents the snow? And if you're not sure, work backwards. Which one do you know for sure? We know that's fog, don't we, for sure? F-O-G, fog. Which one do you think is going to be snow? Which one looks like it's like this one, I reckon? Yeah, all greens, all the greens. So then the rain, we said rain could have broke the branches. Is it going to be pink? No. No. Which picture at the top is going to go with the rain? Is it going to be the car fog lights, the sun cream, or the umbrella, of course? And then which one of these at the bottom? Which one at the bottom? It's the center one, isn't it? So which one of these has made the tree branches snap? Windy, sunny and cloudy, or fog? Wind, yes. Shall we have a look? Which one do you think is the wind on the bottom here? Well, this one says fog, doesn't it? This one on the far left-hand side, what's that going to be? You can see the little sun behind the cloud. This one is the wind symbol, so they're all our pinks. So then let's go to the car fog lights. Which picture shows fog? Yeah, it's a misty, magical cloud, isn't it? A fog-like cloud. And then this one says fog, that's easy. And then the last 3, let's check we've done it right. Our sun cream, when it's a sunny and cloudy day, and there you can see the sun behind the cloud. Good job, guys. Now, how might we measure the weather? That's a question for us, isn't it? How might we measure the weather? That's a tongue twister. So in the pack, on the Monday pack, I have put together some little ideas for creating your own weather measuring devices. Now, if you're in school, I'm not sure what you can and cannot access. I'm hoping a little cup and maybe some twigs. I was thinking maybe you might be able to use twigs from the wild area, from the forest area, to put all that together. I was hoping maybe you might be able to make a wind measure at least. Maybe if you're at home, you might be able to make a water measure. I know Mrs. Mullen has set that as one of your challenges. We did see a couple. If you've already done that, you obviously don't need to do it again because you'll have one in the garden. But if you can show me some of your results, because we've had some fierce rain, haven't we? So in the work pack on the Monday, there are some ideas of how you can do this. You can spread it out. You don't need to do it today. They're just some ideas. Now, this video is problematic. I can't download it. So I've got an image here, but I can't download it to my computer to upload it so that it just magically works for you guys. So what I have done is I've made a copy at the top of the BBC bite-sized clip. It's Z9G87TY. If you type in that into the top of the Google, then it will come up. Or you can just Google making weekly weather recordings and that video will come up and you can have a little peek at that video and give you some more information about weather stations. And this is what they would look like. Now, the thermometer, we can't make thermometers, but if you're in school, there might be a thermometer that you're able to put outside. We had one in our classroom for a little while, didn't we? That's how your rain gauge will look if you're at home or if you're able to create that. And then that majestic beast is what the wind direction. You're going to have a little think of, find out of where north, south, east and west is, aren't you? Maybe you need some grown-ups to help you do that if you don't have a compass. Phones have compasses, so you'll be able to find that information out by using your phone. And then I have included in the work booklet a weather report. Now, you don't need to download that weather report to be able to write a weather report. You can have a look on the screen right now. Actually, I'm going to put a bigger one on. I'll add an extra screen in after this one to do a bigger one so that you can get an idea of what it is that we need to look at. I'll do that now. Here I've blown up the sheet a little bit, so if you are at home or if you're in school, and it's tricky getting everything printed out, isn't it? So you can create your own weather report replicating this, so you can put a date and a season at the top and then you can put what the weather is like today. You can draw an image. Today it has been, it is spelt. So there's some words underneath that you can use to include that, and then you can create yourself a little weather chart, and every day when you come into school or when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed in the evening, you can create your own little weather chart, and we can keep a tab of what the weather's like. Now you might not be able to do the temperature, you might not be able to do the rainfall, you might not, whichever it is that you have made and created to be able to record, then you can fill that in. You can also talk about, you can do the little symbols if you wanted to. So on the Monday workbook, there's the little symbols that you can use. So you can make it and add to it however you want, but it would be lovely to be able to see a weather chart where I can see a real clear picture of what the weather has been like. So the little weather report that we did at the beginning of this, I wonder how much more information we've got and that we feel like we've learnt about being a weather reporter. I wonder if we can do a week's weather report. So have a look at your little table of results that you've been keeping, and you can do a reflective. This week, the weather has been, and you can take us through each day and talk to us about the different things that you know and that you've recorded about each day's weather. I would love to see some videos. I'd love to see your charts. However you do it, I would love to see your weather reports for a week. And then the next few slides are the slides that we had before on the CC stuff. I know you've started to work your way through some of these, but I know there's still some activities that some of you haven't worked your way through yet. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep all this together, and then it's a pick and choose what it is that you'd like to do, isn't it? So here is the time capsule where you can create a news report about your experience of lockdown. You could do a diary entry. You could also do a diary entry if you're in school now. If I know things are changing all the time, so you might have a different diary that you could write in now. These are some little things that we talked about. Now more and more of you are coming back into school, so this might not be as appropriate, but still some of you are at home, so you might like to do this. This is the pen pal option, which I thought was a fabulous idea. You could really make somebody's heart sing, couldn't you, with this one? Then we've got the little book of lockdown. So we're doing the digital book in school, aren't we? So how are you guys getting on with that one? Have we got any information that you want to forward on to me? Because I'd love to see that. And then this is our connected curriculum menu challenge board, and I know that some of you guys in school have been starting to work on this, and it has been fabulous. Mrs. Statham and Miss Budden have been talking about all the beautiful things that you're doing, and I'm very impressed, very, very impressed. So I thought I'd pop this on here as well in case there's anything in there you want to keep on beavering away with. Good job, guys.